Yo, what's going on, guys? Methodz back with another Q&A video. Hope you guys are all having a great day. And tomorrow, the new cable for my microphone comes, so we're gonna have a nice new studio mic, way better quality. This mic is great, but I'm sure for videos, the $300 setup I just got is gonna be next level. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, another Q&A video today. I wanted to do a 1v1 video today, but the person I wanted to record it with isn't available today. So I think by tomorrow I should have a 1v1 video up for someone who won't be named yet. But without further ado, I picked some questions that have a good mix of Call of Duty and like personal stuff, just like random stuff. Weren't the same way as the past few videos. If I don't answer your question in this video, just leave your question again in the comments and I'll eventually get to it. First one is from Tom. He said, rate Infinity War out of 10. I'm gonna give it a nice 9.5. It was really good. It was probably my favorite Marvel movie of all time. Second would be Winter Soldier. The third would be Civil War. And Winter Soldier and Civil War can be like flip-flopped, honestly. They're both really good. Jimmy Despain asked, how often have you guys been scrimming? Do you feel the need to scrim a lot more in order to catch up for time being a new roster? We've been scrimming every day. For the most part, 2 or 3 scrims a day. It's usually 2, just because getting the third in, people usually don't play that late. 8 usually start. I don't think we need to scrim necessarily more since we're a new roster. I mean, we're scrimming as much as we possibly can every day, at least 2 scrims, and that's pretty much what every team does. It's pretty much impossible to do more than that. Dylan Gall asked, what is your go-to gas station snack for a long drive? Snack and drink. Alright, if we're talking candy, it's Sour Patch. If we're talking like a chip type product, we're going to go with the Fritos Twists, like the honey barbecue ones. Those are incredible. And for drink, I'm going to do the raspberry Snapple. I'm not a big soda guy, but I can always go for some raspberry Snapple. Philip O'Keefe said, when will you come to Sweden, bro? I want to go to Sweden, Dubai, Brazil, Italy. Italy the most. Rome. Like, I want to go all over, but it's just so hard. During the off season, I'm going to try making a trip to a few places, but there's just so much traveling and so much playtime during the year that it's hard to do stuff like that. But hopefully I come to Sweden soon, man. Bud Lee said, outside of gaming, are you a sports fan? If so, what teams? I definitely can't follow sports like I used to when I was younger. I just don't have the time for it. Usually all the games are on when I'm playing or practicing, so it's really tough to keep up with it. I still follow the Yankees a little bit. They're doing incredible right now. Pretty much every New York team, New York Giants, New York Rangers, Yankees. I like the Knicks, but I really don't follow basketball at all, really. I like watching playoff sports just because I can actually make time to watch that instead of like actually following the entire season. LG232 asked, how much of a role does Teep play in coaching? He plays a key role to the team. He's not one of those people who's like super like hyper about it. Like, he's not going to scream at you. I mean, he can raise his voice if we make a mistake that we went over multiple times, but he's just there to be like, yo, Anthony, you should have done this. Seth, you should have done this. Next time, try this. Just simple stuff like that. Just an extra set of eyes. So he's a key part of the team. I'm glad we have him. Alex Emotion said, do you strictly play COD? What about Fortnite? Are you good at every game you play? Listen, man, I got championships to win. Right now, it's strictly Call of Duty. Fortnite's pretty entertaining to watch, Ninja's the GOAT, but I really don't play it. Now, when you ask, am I good at every game I play, it depends how much I play it. Like, for example, I got Battlefield a few months ago, or like last year, and I deleted it after one game. I hated it. Halo, I was pretty good at. I'm not one of those people that can just pick up a game and automatically be great at it, but like if I keep up with it and continually play, I'll become pretty good at it. AA Battery said, how did you get your gamer tag, and what's your favorite game of all time? So I joined an MW2 lobby back in MW2, so this is probably about like 6 years ago, and I saw a guy in the lobby named OpTic Methodz, and I loved his gamer tag, so I stole it, and that's why I'm Methodz. My favorite game of all time, excluding Call of Duty, would have to be Sly Cooper. That game was my childhood, bro, on PS2. Just Sly 1, Sly 2, just constantly playing that game, following Dimitri around. It was a great game. Daniel Skelly said, do you plan on moving to Texas anytime soon? Yeah, I think so. I definitely plan on it. I'm not exactly sure when. It's not one of those things that's like easy just to make like an instinctive decision and just like go on it. So I plan on doing it. I'm just not exactly sure when, brother. Fear the Switch said Marvel or DC. Marvel. It's not even close. Justice League was garbage. I'm a big Marvel fan. Obviously, Infinity War was great. The Punisher TV show was honestly one of the best shows I've ever seen. Just not even like in superhero genre. Like just an overall TV show. Like that show was incredible. Speaking of TV, Josh Vortex said, "Do you watch much TV shows? If so, what's your top three?" I watch an insane amount of shows, like insane. So like after we finish scrims and I'm done playing for the night, right now it's hard because we finish late, so I watch like one show a night. My top five, you asked for top three, I have to give you top five. I'm going to give you my top five in no order, although the number one is Game of Thrones. So that I can put at number one. The rest in no order would be like Stranger Things, Peaky Blinders, Westworld, and The Punisher. So that's my top five. But I watch a ton, bro. Like I watch all the good shows. MG Tao Talk said, "Will you make collab vids with some of OpTic?" Yeah. So I know me and Bose plan on making some story videos. In case you guys didn't know, Bose and I came up together. We placed pro together. We're from pretty much the same area. We live like 30 minutes away from each other. We went to local tournaments together, so we have a lot of funny stories to share. I definitely plan on doing some stuff with him. So yeah, you are gonna see some stuff with me and the rest of OpTic. The last the last question for today's video, just because it's Mother's Day and I can't do a super long video today. Rory McElroy said, "Who influenced you the most coming up?" In gaming, I'd probably say Nate Shot, just because he was like the face of Call of Duty and he was like the person to look up to. In life, obviously my dad. You know, my dad's been there, driving me to baseball games growing up and whatnot. So that's pretty much it, really. Nate Shot for gaming, my dad for everything else. And speaking of both of those, Nate Shot is actually the one who talked to my dad to get my parents to like fully support the gaming stuff. So I'll rant a little bit, I guess. I'll talk a little bit. When I first got into the gaming stuff, obviously my parents were like, "What are you doing? Like you're not playing sports anymore. Like you're in your room a lot." And I finally went to a local tournament with Scump, Nate Shot, and BL Fire, and that's when like my dad got like the first ever sight of like what this all was. And like this wasn't a huge tournament like the CWL events. This was just like a local tournament for like $2,000. And Nate Shot talked to my dad. He was like, "Bro, your son has a future in this. Like support him, blah blah blah." And ever since then, I've had an insane amount of support, and it's been up from there. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I'm sorry it's pretty short. Tomorrow with the new mic, we're gonna get some good content pumping out. We got some impersonations coming. If you want to see certain impersonations, leave them in the comments. And like I said, if I didn't answer any of your questions or you're still looking for me to answer one, just leave it in the comments and I'll hopefully eventually get to it. Thanks for watching, guys, and come to my stream.